piece of garbage. It's green tea and it's non-caffeinated because it's late in the day and I don't need that extra energy.
You all heard it here, citizens of the internet. Vince does not need the extra energy.
For this shit, no.
Because he's a badass. Or something, I guess.
I'm a fat ass. That sounds like badass.
Or in the stream.
That's right, I'm supposed to be getting the link.
Okay, so we're still doing the friggin' SCP story, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is it, unless Link decides to send me more money at the last minute and gives me the urge to kill him.
Well, I have an evil little plan, but it's not going to happen right now.
Where's the... Can you guys send... I'm sorry, go on.
I would just like to point out, Link, that it's the first day of the season that has reached 80 degrees. I could be out on my patio with a margarita eating delicious barbecue, and yet here I am. You should feel personally ashamed.
I mean, did he hold you up at gunpoint and force you to read this?
Yes.
You could have picked any other day.
Actually, now that I think about it, Chad, I have a permission slip from my doctor that I cannot continue reading this. Can I go?
I don't recognize doctors.
Was he Hindu?
Doctors are illegal here.
Was he Hindu? Because otherwise I don't listen to them.
Yes, unless it's Dr. Vindaloo and just tells you whatever is ailing you to keep soaking it, I don't listen.
I genuinely hate the fact that my mind went to the same place.
Yes.
You fucking asshole, I hate that.
Hello, Anthony and DC, how are you both doing? Just keep soaking it. Oh, this is the worst case of the chickenpox I have ever seen.
Why wasn't he cancelled?
Because he was a badass.
Because it wasn't even like Apu. Apu was like incredibly competent and intelligent, and he was like a productive member of society. Dr. Vindaloo sucked at his job every time.
Oh, this story is back on my mind. Not
What are you talking about?
I'm going to apologize because I know Link will not.
What?
That you won't apologize to DC for this story.
Why should he? It's it's civic duty to inflict misery on you fuckers.
Yeah.
Except Raptor. Raptor is an innocent good boy who done nothing wrong.
Until the Raptor controversy comes out.
I have done a complete 180 on my perspective. I used to be incredibly bigoted towards Raptor and his kind, but now I like him arbitrarily.
But you still won't let your daughter date one.
I actually changed my mind. Like, Raptor sat me down, he talked about his culture. And I never looked at it that way. This is basically become a DC comic.
What the fuck? Hello, Cam.
See, if it was a Marvel comic, I would have been vivisected for being a racist.
Yeah, that's true. Chad doesn't recognize doctors, however, he also doesn't recognize healing shaman, the perfect refusal to recognize any person claiming to heal people. No, I mean, I won't say that to you since you're our group's healer. The media finds out what Raptor did to that homeless guy in 2008.
Well, see, I subscribe to the American Psycho philosophy of fuck homeless people, and they exist for me to torture, and then hallucinate torturing them, and then return tapes. Well, I haven't read American Psycho in a while. I don't even know my reference is apt.
And Raptor...
yeah, honestly, I think the Purge is right.
Raptor, how old were you in 2008?
I think he's actually doing the math.
It's like Raptor's dead.
I think he's putting the fifth, which is all right as an American. Which Raptors are Americans. They came to this country legally, and they are legitimate citizens. And I'm actually uncomfortable that you try to insinuate otherwise, Linkle.
Look, Look, it's okay.
Look, no,
That's
it's a. I thought you were about to say, "Look, I'm just saying."
Look,
When
all
you
I'm
really
saying
think
is-
about it, on one hand,
all I'm saying is
oh yeah, I
there's a
made a
reason.
new,
No, I'm sorry.
I made a new video in case anyone cares.
On the Lost Ed and Eddie episode.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was very good.
I'm gonna be very like meek about it, so I can make people pity me enough to actually watch it, because that's what good content creators do. You know, if you care, just.
I think Raptor's
Vince?
having legit issues with his mic.
No.
Vince, did you know?
Are you muted, Matt or Raptor? And you just like
He's not
See the
muted
green.
because the little icon's not next to his picture.
no, I don't mean on Discord. I mean like, is his microphone not working? He's been just talking the entire time.
No, like
I think
the green ring is showing up around his picture every now and then. It's like I think Kenzie's right about the mic issues.
Like, I think he's trying to talk, but and we're just not really hearing it. Oh,
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking anything. I just got
Oh.
food. I was just trying to open the bag.
Raptor.
Oh, nice.
oh, so we're just boring you.
Yeah,
don't
Raptor.
no! Don't steal Kenzie's shtick, okay? It's Kenzie who goes out to get food. All right, no one else.
But Raptor,
And I will
But
be
that's
doing it
UFC
at some
though.
point during the stream.
Raptor, we need to know, how old were you in 2008?
I don't know fucking math.
Fuck you need to know that for, homie. That's what I would say.
2008. That's in the past, dude.
Anyway, all of you shut up for 5 seconds so I can say, if you guys haven't gone over and watched Vince's video about the Ed and Eddie story, do it.
I wrote
Or
down notes
what?
for the first time. Or else I will be very passive aggressive at you.
How is
Kenzie,
that
you're the one who
different from
threatens people.
any
Shut
other
up.
interaction you and I have?
How? I am not passive aggressive. I am just an asshole to you. Period.
Yeah, there's really nothing passive about it.
That's one thing I would rather, and I mean that sincerely. Like, if you're gonna be an asshole to someone, passive aggressiveness, I like that you're inviting to get the shit kicked out of you. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, jokes aside, Vince legitimately just said he hopes something bad happens to me within the next 24 hours before we started this call.
I don't remember that.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I think you're trying to gaslight us into thinking that I said something I didn't actually say, and it's kind of fucked up, really.
Gaslighting's my thing, guys.
Why do
Kenzie,
I
it's
keep
kind of weird.
having to explain to you all there's no such thing as gaslighting? You
And the
just
Kenzie,
made
it's
it
movie,
up.
and if you thought there was a movie called it, you're also incorrect.
Fuck. Oh my god, I just saw the title for this chapter.
So, what chapter are we on
Is that
now?
the title? Oh, yeah. 4.
The Medic, the Dragon, and the Knight.
Right, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yes.
It's foreign.
So is SCP-682 an allegory for Jesus too, or?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Keep that.
I know nearly nothing about that book or the movie. I've never seen or read any of it.
The book
You
is
never
very
saw
good.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
No. I've heard. I don't know. I hear from people who like it, but it's one of those things where if someone tells me anecdotally how they feel about it, I try not to consider that my opinion,
Right.
which
I like-
is really hard in this day and age.
I have really fond memories of it as a kid. The other movies as they went on, I thought got forgettable.
Yeah.
Or
I,
but,
movies?
mean,
like-
I can tell you it's kind of the same with the books too.
Yeah.
Wait, there was more than one of those movies?
Yeah, it was Prince Caspian. That was the next one.
Voyage of the
And
Dawn
then-
Treader.
Yeah, I remember reading The Dawn Treader in 5th grade. And I remember by then The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe had already come out. And I just remember thinking, can we read the first one? This is not as interesting. It's only two of the kids, and it's all new characters. And it's like, why do I care?
Yeah.
Is there
I
any
wanna-
theme the series? But I know that the Lord of the Rings, you can tie a lot of what the themes in the story to J.R.R. Tolkien's belief, like his Catholicism. Like, is it the same thing? Cause the Jesus allegory line. I've heard about that.
Yeah, kind of.
It's kind of like with anything, you can read as much or as little as you want it to. It's not like avaricious enough where you just can't ignore it. If you wanted to, you could.
Didn't like Tolkien and C.S. Lewis almost like break up their friendship because C.S. Lewis put fucking Santa Claus in Narnia?
I don't know.
That's
I
weird.
never heard of that. It's
That's-
not
that's-
Santa Claus, it's Father Christmas.
I mean, is that the most petty thing to break up a friendship for, or? Cause I don't know, like something like that is like there's got to be great broader context, because like that must have led to some like weird existential argument between the two, and I actually would have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
Hello, Bagel. How you doing?
It's like the fucking the bit from The Simpsons, and I say England's greatest prime minister is Lord Palmerston.
And then Barney clocks that dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're
It's-
just stalling again.
Well, did you guys know that Margaret Thatcher was actually a DJ?
Did you rap about
I'm
how
waiting for a
shouldn't-
pun.
She went
don't
by
deserve rights?
she
No,
went
no,
by
let him finish.
she went by Margaret Scratcher.
There it is.
Oh, I get it.
I'm not
I
a violent person. I promise you, I'm not. But I'm just imagining what Drip look like on a pike right now. I don't even know what you look like.
Yeah, honestly, I told that one to Gemma, and like 2 days in a row, she told me I'm still glaring at you about Margaret Scratcher.
As she should.
Seriously though, I understand some of my puns that have made her glare at me, but Margaret Scratcher, that was a tame one.
Make it. And this, you see, if it was like racially motivated, then I would have given you a pat on the back and called you based and or red pill
I mean,
and or specifically. You
I mean,
you
I
I'm
can't
just
be
like,
both.
if you want, I could just start saying the N-word over and over.
Nah, kind of loses its steam after a while.
I'm like morbidly curious now what puns you've said to Gemma that you would actually concede to justify her glaring at you.
All of them, really.
So, and if anyone's noticed, yeah, we are delaying this because I know it's kind of hard for you to imagine. For some reason, we as a collective don't find much objective value in the story of some creepy fucking ninja girl who spread the ashes of a stranger, then broke into the SVP's facility and got into a fist fight with Abel, and then got the freaking SCP-682 to spare her by talking about her fifis.
And like may or may not have gotten sexually harassed by one of the doctors, whichever.
Well, specifically Dr. Blight, if anyone cares.
Yeah, Blight. I forgot the name.
Totally not the Jared Leto. Supposed
Oh
to be
yeah, because they actually stole a line
Yeah,
from.
the not Joker character.
If I'm like I'm asking legal because I like I said I'm only peripherally aware of a lot of the lore and whatnot for the SCP. Like I'm still in the mindset of maybe like 2018 or 2007, whenever it was like really at the peak of its popularity. Dr. Blight, I think the general characterization is that he's just Rick from Rick and Morty, right?
Basically.
Oh
Yeah.
fucking Christ!
I was looking at Dr. Clef because of you talking about him, and I was like, yeah, I see why you don't like this character.
And the thing is, this wouldn't have
sorry.
even been written at the height of SCP's popularity because they literally jacked a line from Suicide Squad. So at the earliest, this had to have been written in 2016.
I think because the Dr. Clef that everyone knows now is not the same one that I remember hating back when creepypasta was like really getting not creepypasta, but the SCP Foundation was really getting popular. like he was genuinely like some self-insert like ultra weird. Okay, he had a katana. I'm not joking about any of this. He had a katana. He wore like a hat, and there was some weird anomaly with him where anytime someone would try to take a photo of him, the video would distort and there'll be like a random animal head where his head was, and he had like was notable for because there were people that were constantly trying to submit their garbage OC like obvious self-insert overpowered characters into the SCP Foundation, and they would find ways to decommission them, and that's just try to be creative about going about deleting them from the wiki more or less. And they would use Dr. Clef with it every time, and he became known for being a character, the go-to character to like go and get rid of them. To the point where at some point, I think they really realized that, wait, in our efforts to get rid of Gary Stews and Mary Stews, we made the biggest Gary Stew of them all.
I never got into SCP. I just remember trying to convince my family it was real. That sounds fun.
So, no, I'm not joking. Real story. Someone actually, the last job I had, there was a guy who worked security, and we used to just talk about nerd shit. He showed me his phone, and like, what do you think of this? And it was like SCP wiki. It was like, you think this is real? Because he was like a conspiracy guy, and like, I tried so hard not to laugh. And so like, I tried to explain it, and you just like, you know, that kind of like, I'm listening, but I still don't believe you.
When I was when I was in school and I was still studying to be a teacher, I went to my field placement, which is like the process before you go into student teaching, where you just go into a class and observe rather than like take the reins. So I was just observing, and it was getting close to the end of the day, and so the students are packing up, getting ready, and so they're just like idly chatting, some with the teacher, and one of them was trying to convince like her that they found this really like crazy historical fact, and like that's not talked about enough. You know, the Russian sleep experiment.
That happened to you too?
Yeah, and I had to I couldn't help myself. Like, I turned around and I said, "That's not real, you know." And they're like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "It's a creepypasta."
Yeah, my favorite part of that real anecdotal story is the moment where the weird demon thing goes in a soliloquy about "We are the night, we are the terror that flaps in the night." Like, oh wow.
Kenzie, you know what you should have done?
I am Darkwing Duck.
Sleep deprivation makes you incredibly pretentious, apparently.
What should I have done there, Link?
You should have turned to him with a Russian accent and said, "Trust me, I know it is true." That was Scottish, not fucking. I don't know. That was.
Honestly, it would have been scarier if it was Scottish. Like, what are they up to now?
Like, why does a Scot know?
Hello,
What are you
Trust me,
hiding?
lad, you don't want to know.
Hello,
Cullen, what are you
We've been
hiding?
working with the Russians to help us break away from Britain.
hello, Mike. SCP is real. Just goes to another school, you guys. I promise.
Those fools still don't know that we're secretly a superpower too.
We're secretly our own country. The United Kingdom doesn't need us no more.
You think we're a part of the United Kingdom, you staff cunt. You don't even know. We have more power than Russia and China combined.
Yeah, we binge. You think you fucking got something down there?
Gemma, please.
Scotty.
Am I offending you, Gemma? Please say yes. I'm gonna be very happy. That I managed to successfully offend someone finally. The Scottish drink experiment.
The Scottish drink experiment.
That's an awesome name for both a band and a bar.
Anyway, shall we get started?
Why start now?
Yeah, why? Yeah, we got it. We can't be.
Do you want this to last another week, Kenzie?
No.
That's right.
What chapter will we on?
4.
4.
The medic
It's called-
dragon and the
yeah.
knight.
I thought we were on that last week.
No.
No, we remember we got to the end of it and we just capped off there.
Yeah,
Vince and I kept getting
we-
mistaken because ours skipped forward for some reason.
Yeah, because this website is garbage.
Yep. Mike says I'm 20 minutes late and yet somehow missed no story.
Are you complaining?
Yeah, Mike, we've waited for you.
You know what? Let's go back to chapter 3 and reread that just for Mike's sake.
Chad, I'll
All right,
kill
guys.
you.
Mike doesn't fucking remember what happened. How to go back?
Let's just
Like,
start at the beginning.
The chat was clattering. Guys, come on, let's get the story. Like, look, Mike's not here yet. I know you guys are being very patient right now, but we got to be considerate.
I'd kill all of you.
Okay. I'd be alright with that. As I awoke from my slumber, my entire body hurt. I felt that I could barely move. But the strangest thing was that the ground below me was soft yet somehow rough. Sorry, it smelled like, you know, how you would onomatopoeia a dog barking. Ruff!
Can I also just say that is dumb. That is dumb. But for some reason, I awoke from my slumber pisses me off more.
Fair.
Kind of needlessly redundant. Like, I awoke from my stupor. Like, I don't know, something like that.
No, all of it's pretentious.
It was also ... 4 dots, you fucking asshole. Moving?
God, is the fucking lizard thing giving her a piggyback ride? Are you
chat?
kidding me?
Oh.
Fuck off.
I struggled to open my eyes and see I'm on top of the lizard. Sounds a bit rude.
Oh my.
Raptor, go in the corner, Raptor. You don't need to hear this.
Raptor, cover your ears.
Wasn't he
have
going
this.
to... Was he going to eat me or something? Sounds a bit rude!
Raptor, go play your video games.
Don't tempt him.
Stranger yet, he's now the size of a SUV.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be
Whoa,
SUV, but
wow.
it's all lowercase.
Wow, you're gonna really use that kind of language, Arthur? Those dudes, he's the size of a SUV. You know those dirty SUVs?
Ooh.
I groan and accidentally roll off him. He turns around and looks at me.
You can change your size and you're not gonna kill or eat me.
I say with a grin. He puts his face up to mine and starts... What do you mean, up? You fell off!
Oh, I forgot to open this thing.
Fucking down to you.
And I'm not joking, it literally says this. Ew, someone needs a breath mint.
Huh.
You freaking... Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to... Hold on. Fuck it. I'll just leave it alone. You're disgusting.
I mean, that is true, he says with a snarl.
He just really he could smell the weave a mile away. Like, nah, you're gonna give me indigestion. I'm gonna be throwing up body glitter and swamp ass.
Correction. I'm Linkle.
I'm trying very hard right now not to cross the line, like break my own rules about what to say and what not to say about an author.
You have rules?
Why you gotta be that way? Let's keep going, friend.
He snorts again and picks me up, then throws me onto his back.
Hold on,
I can show you the world.
I forgot I had this.
The only reason I'm not digesting you is because I can use you to open a certain door.
Nice.
I don't know, did it actually come out the way I wanted?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it sounds good.
Special
Works
guest
for us.
Alvar.
I'm not digesting you. Shut the fuck up. I groan.
Can't you just grow and just smash through it?
I can't see it, but I assume he's rolling his eyes. If you can't see it, then shut... Oh my god. I'm going to find this author and sew her mouth
And
shut.
shake her hand and tell her you did a pretty good job writing this here story. And you're gonna show the story on the phone, and she's gonna be like, "What are you doing in my house? Please don't hurt me. I have money."
Sew her mouth shut.
Cool.
Sew her fingers together.
Cool.
No more speaking. No more typing.
And then someone walks in the room and they said, "Oh, what'd you do to my mother? Hello, it's me, Element of Karma."
I don't even know what that means, but I laughed anyway.
That's who wrote this.
Let's fucking mutilated a mom like, well, this is awkward.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, I mean, if the mom's hot, I'll just, like, walk up to her later and be like, I just fucked your mom, and walk away.
Do you need a bonk,
You tied
sir?
her eyes shut.
Anyway,
sorry, I
Vince is
forgot.
your lie.
Gotta put this thing back on. Why isn't there just a button for this? Damn it.
There is a door I cannot break through. It needs a special access card to open it. This door leads to the surface. It's massive and thick. It's massive and thick. And that...
Like
Wait.
my dick!
It's massive and thick that I can't cause a dent on it. I did not go to school. I'm a lizard man.
He can literally tear up. Isn't there like instances where he's literally been able to tear up steel and shit?
Yeah, he's like survived nuclear warheads.
I think, yeah, it's one of those issues though where, power scaling, and I don't think this author really cares too much about that, to be frank.
Yeah, they wrote themselves into a corner.
He said, annoyed that I had a bigger, thicker dick than he did.
Or better yet, just have something where it's like, oh yeah, this is a security measure to keep me specifically from like tearing through this place. Because realistically, there will be because the frequency that this thing probably breaks out, there will probably be some areas where it's more detrimental for it to get access than others. So it's like, yeah, make sure that this thing can even take the freaking lizard thing if it comes around.
Yeah, it's like it's just made of some super secret alloy.
Put salt on it.
But then again, I don't know if that works either. I just think of that line from that Spider-Man game for PS4, where J. Jonah's like, okay, so apparently they moved Rhino to an even more secure facility. Why wasn't he there in the first place?
That's a very good question.
J. Jonah's like one of the highlights of that fucking game. I swear. Weirdly enough, J. Jonah Jameson is the highlight of whatever media he's in. Controversial hot take.
Oh, he really is.
And in fucking the Miles Morales one, they replaced it with this fucking generic ass blogger that's super nice about Spider-Man. It's boring.
Damn.
Wow. Considering how big I've seen you grow, that is a really big door.
He gives a grunt. Not much for small talk, is he? I hate you. We get to a small door and it says cafeteria. Wow. Congratulations, you can read. He tears the door off and a body of a D-class falls through. I look at the cafeteria and gaze at about 30 more bodies.
Did you count them?
Yeah, did you just count them right there? Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why are you counting in Spanish? A better question, Lizard Man. How do you know what Spanish is?
The entire place smelt like blood. Smelled. Just, God, you pretentious cunt. Mainly,
just give it some leeway.
Mainly because each wall was painted with it.
Painted? Oh yeah, isn't there an artist No, it's a knight. Excuse me, a medic dragon. I don't know why I thought Artis was in there.
Dude, they have the fucking bloody painter contained.
Oh my god.
What is there an artiste SCP? I know that there's like that freaking portrait that makes you cut your wrist and try to like finish it. No,
I know there's one that's like a literal drawing. Like she can like transport through paper and shit.
the only well done wholesome story in the entire thing.
I'm sure there has to be like at least one artist. I just don't know him.
As I was about to make a comment, the body springs to life. 682 stomps on his head and the other bodies in the cafeteria spring to life. They all had their shirts removed and had stitches in them.
In the shirts?
I guess.
just had them removed and stitched back together arbitrarily. This SCP's got to stop. It doesn't even make any sense.
That was weird. Oh my god. But there's nothing like a zombie horde to wake your injured ass up and set your adrenaline into overdrive. That's not how that works. Alright, Link, you get the next 3.
Link, you have the nerve to tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
I would like to point
Why?
out this is your fault.
Oh, he wrote this? Fuck you,
Yeah,
you
I wrote
motherfucker.
this.
I really wanted to.
Okay,
I was really trying to get you guys to compliment my story.
so Link, I'm gonna come to your house, I'm gonna sew your mouth shut, sew your fingers together, and then fuck your mum.
Then they're like, oh my god, that's not me, that's my dad.
Well, fine, I'll fuck your dad then. No, wait. I think you misunderstood what I said.
Wait, what?
No, as in the person you tied up is my dad. Like, no, I've made up my mind.
I've committed to this bit.
You're gonna make me a liar now?
I roll off 682 and look around for a weapon and see a belt of pineapple grenades on the ground behind the zombie 682 crushed.
I sums up with I just saw a belt of pineapple. Like, what the fuck? Just gonna like hurl fruit at the zombies, which is gonna turn into a fucking Dead Rising game.
Haven't you read about the pineapple monster, SCP, Vince?
No, I was like, oh, so quirky now. Look at me throwing pineapples. You can't kill a zombie with that, but I managed because I'm just so cool and quirky.
Anthony says, is this chapter just an elaborate softcore porno?
We'll find out.
Oh, wait. Softcore? Excuse me? You're rolling in the deep, nigga. Sorry.
It's not like
This is what it is.
it's not like my videos are monetized anyway, so.
You think, ask Jacob if that stops me.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying I don't have to worry about losing money.
Link will demand a refund. Like, whoa, hold on. You didn't tell me he was going to say that.
Whoa. Wait.
That's why I crossed the line.
Hold on. Vince 12 saying something fucking inappropriate? Stop the presses.
Okay, that's it. I am morally against this. He just hangs up immediately.
Fucking. I
Hello,
may have
Master-
brought this story to you, but I have standards.
Hello, MasterCard. I would like to report a fraudulent charge. Someone stole my wallet and gave a certain amount of money to this YouTuber to read a story.
Oh, Lord. I rush over and grab the belt and pull the pins on all the grenades and chuck them into the crowd. The
That's
zombies
a bad
run.
idea.
That's a horrible idea.
The zombies run towards the sound of the grenades hitting the floor, and half of them
What?
explode.
I mean, is that a precedent in where the zombies are like? Because I think these are supposed to be like the ones that the Plague Doctor makes.
Yeah, I think they're just confusing these for the like Walking Dead ones.
I don't think it's too out of the ordinary for them to gravitate towards the nearest sound. It's still kind of weird. Maybe they're just like partially conscious, like, oh, finally the sweet release of death.
Yeah, all these zombies had ADHD.
That's offensive. I'm hanging up now.
Like, it's fucking canceled. The zombies run towards the sound of the grenades hitting the floor. Oh wait, the blood splatters on me and makes the room even more bloody if that's possible.
Commas are your friend.
Before the other zombies can regroup, 682 uses his tail and slams them into the far left wall, and they all get crushed into a fine pulp. The bodies fall to the ground, and he crawls over me and growls.
What? Okay,
You could move this entire time? Let's wait. I scrolled down and kind of fucked up my placement. And who told you that you could move?
I walked over and
No!
beat him on the nose.
Fuck off!
and then he immediately chomped down on my neck.
Worthless cunt.
I don't think you realized who you were fucking with, little lady.
Well, excuse me. But while you were standing there using your tail to kill some zombies, I took out a horde. And I'm human, so
what you did wasn't shit.
And if you got a problem, you can say it to my face.
That doesn't mean anything. See, the difference is I just moved a small part of my body in a very minor motion, and I made them into pulp. You had to use a weapon that was just conveniently laying about. If that wasn't there and I wasn't here, you'd be dead. So probably can the attitude, sweetheart. Well, if that's what he would probably... Well, besides killing her, that's probably what he would have said if he was allowed to actually exercise some...
His
if he had any chutzpah. I just imagine this demonic demon evil... Basically, is the Thing. Imagine trying to mouth off to the John Carpenter's The Thing. That's what we have there. It's hold on there, mister. Let me tell you what's what. First off, I threw away the flamethrower. Fuck off, little shit. I could kill you in a second. Literally, one cell is enough to kill you.
You are so dumb and stupid, and I'm better than you. Fucking die.
Okay, well, fine. If you're gonna talk to me like that, I'll just leave.
Not you, Vince. The monster. And it just turns to me getting my head bit off. Honestly, I just coughed a bit of blood up in my mouth. I'm running on fumes and the room is spinning, so challenging the giant lizard monster probably wasn't the best idea.
But she had to do it out of principle because she's just so cool.
I like the fact that it doesn't say that she saw the room spinning, it just says the room is spinning.
It's just in general, oh no, we're in the alternate room SCP.
Oh, no. We're the Tilt-A-Whirl SCP.
It's the freaking the dancing on the ceiling when they had the rotating room to make it look like he was dancing actually on the ceiling. It's that wasn't a part of the music video. That was actually an SCP, and Lionel Richie just coincidentally stumbled upon it. We managed to incapacitate him though. We got the room secure.
Oh god.
Lionel Richie creating SCPs. Motherfucker, he can't get away with it.
He keeps getting away with it. We gotta stop him. He's a monster.
SCP-682 POV.
Did she just talk back to me? No one has ever had the stomach to do that. I doubt that. I just think it's immaterial. I think you don't care. Wait. It's just the idea where this guy's murdering them by the hundreds, transforming into and adapting all this time. And it's this one guy hey, stop it. He's no one's ever stood up to me before.
That's all I was waiting for. Didn't you guys know I was the test?
No, not even that. It's this, the fucking preschool reality specials where if you stand up to a bully, they're usually just cowards and they can buckle in an instant, and sometimes they just really want a friend. It's just after school special. SCP demon lizard world destroying monster is well, my dad wasn't around, and it made me feel bad, so I had to act out and murder people, and that's the only satisfaction I can get.
And actually, yeah, I was thinking exactly what Mike just said. The fucking Remlazar. You like me? No one has ever liked me
Like-
before. Forgive me, my friends.
Also, fun fact: some bullies are not cowards; they're just like psychos, and they can probably just still kick your ass if you
Yeah.
stand up to them. That's a cruel reality. And I know that in 3rd grade when I tried it, and I got punched in the fucking ear. She stood there, staring down, like she was ready to fight at any moment. Yet she was covered in bruises from our last encounter, and I can smell blood coming from her. Well, it's just you don't have to address that, okay?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought it.
Well then, perhaps I made a wise. God damn it! Perhaps I made a wise choice in not killing her after all. This one is amusing.
I mean, that's one word to use.
She then snaps
I would
my.
use the word.
What?
I would use the word.
Watch
I'm going
it.
to describe her.
After said it
She snaps her fingers in my face. That's an immediate cause to get the shit pushed in. Someone snapping their fingers in front of your face.
I could write a
No.
sexier demon than this. Do it, DC. Do it.
Do it, pussy. You won't. I dare you, motherfucker. It's lady person talking.
Yo, Earth to 682. You listening?
I blinked for a second. I was lost in thought for a moment.
You can have eyes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Whatever, human. Just do what I say and I won't eat you.
He can also regenerate them. Like, I think there was a story that involved, like, trying to blind him and stuff, and that didn't work.
That was they tried to stick the statue after him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
basically it was like literally breaking him apart, and then he like adapted by like having extra eyes grow on his body, and then they tried to shoot those out, and then he like developed like a carapace over his eyes where he could still see, and he didn't, and it was bulletproof. Yeah, back when it was actually like it was just a fun little running gag with the story where it's like, let's try as many ways to kill this thing as possible. And then people took it way too seriously. She rolls. Oh, sorry. She rolls her eyes, and I hear a groaning sound.
Eh.
Great.
Great. I missed one of the damn things.
She holds up her finger.
I've got a
Who
finger
is
to
this?
hold up for her.
We missed one of the damn things where what? We missed one of the damn things we're a team now? What does that mean?
I guess the
What?
first one was supposed to be you and the second one was me.
No, she was supposed to be. It was like, oh, great, I missed it. And then she was like correcting herself. No, we missed it. We're a team now. You're my friend.
Oh, I get it. When you put it like that, it makes more sense.
Fucking buddy.
I hate that, like,
Fucking buddy
I
cop.
understand stupid people enough to know what they mean.
Just SCP-682.
It's not a skill I enjoy having.
People, that's a very generous word.
SCP-682 wearing one of those white 80s jackets, holding a gun in front of like the neon sign. And it's
The flock of
annoying.
seagulls haircut.
Blinded by the lights playing in the background. Before I can yell that we're not a damn team, she walks over to the grunting, and follows. I follow her a few feet. Oh my God, Mom! What are you doing? And why are you here? You said he would sew your eyes shut and your fingers together if I didn't do this.
Oh, no,
I'm doing
Kenzie.
this. I swear I'm doing this for you.
in response to what you said, Mike says, I don't enjoy having S or CWC lore in my brain, but here we are.
Ooh.
I find a human in a black hole, a black Roman mask. He doesn't appear to be a zombie, as she calls them. I was about to step on it when she gets in front of me and stretches her. Oh my god, fucking stupid ass fucking Dragon Ball anime trope, like the little kids with the arm stretched out and it's supposed to be all cute. Fuck off. Eat a dick. I hope you fucking get dysentery and shit your insides out. I'm talking about the character, not the writer. I hope the writer is having a wonderful evening. No, I don't get personal like that. I do hope you take a creative writing class and not a, an actual good school that actually cares and doesn't want to pat you on the back, give you a cookie, and tell you that everything's going to be all right. You're going to write for DC Comics one day.
Damn.
And then you can make your fucking Netflix pitches.
It's not a fate I'd wish on anybody.
Oh, sorry, this is you. Don't hurt him. He is a friend.
Don't hurt him. He's a friend.
Since
Please
when?
don't hurt him, senpai.
Since he looked at her in the hallway and said she doesn't have the pestilence.
Alright, Kenzie, you get the next 3.
Considering normal people, he sees people as who are healthy as having the pestilence. That must mean she's just one nasty bitch.
SCP-49 POV. As I listen to my patients get slaughtered. That's the whole sentence.
Wrong patients.
Oh yeah, because I guess yeah.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be referring to the zombies as his patients because he's a doctor.
I thought he was being metaphorical because I could hear my patients being slaughtered right now, but
I like how he's just very cavalier about it. It's the people I've sworn an oath to whatever, they're getting killed.
It's like she's insulting her own story. My hand moves slightly, and I grunt from the bullet wound in my shoulder.
Isn't he impervious to bullets?
I hear arguing, and someone walks over after groaning a little bit before I see it was the D class from today stand in front of me and claim me as their friend.
That sounds... I don't like how that sounds. I have claimed you. You are my property now, friend. Here, hold still.
It's called a slave.
Here's hold still while I brand you and stick a stake in your ear.
As I look in front of her, I see a giant lizard who I presume is SCP-682.
What do you mean? You don't know? There's only one of them here.
Is there more and my thing is doing it again?
I can't.
I've been doing experiments. I've been clicking read more over and over again just to make absolute sure. And it seems to just go to the next part.
In the comments, it seems like there's more to this chapter because Iris says,
yes,
bro,
there is more. So I had to go back. So let me just find my place again.
Okay, wait.
I keep doing this. God damn it.
Okay,
how is it this hard to get fucking get your shit together?
Anthony says, we are friends now. We're having soft tacos later.
Cat bug reference.
What?
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, I only just saw that video too. That's amazing. You picked a good you picked a good time to make that reference where I can actually get it.
We are friends now. We're having soft tacos later.
I went
I
to
don't
the
get
next
it.
page and went back, and the rest of it loaded.
God, it's fucking annoying. Okay, wait. Where are we?
682 growls.
I was getting to that.
Damn it.
682 growls at her and she leans down.
I need you to move your hand so I can see the wound.
She asks politely.
That's not an ask.
I thank you for the offer, but I'm afraid I don't quite trust you yet.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining you talking with your hands while you stroke your mustache.
Yes.
She rolls her... I'm not reading it like that. I'm not reading this POV like that. What?
Do it, coward.
It's not a POV. That's my dialogue.
Do you want me to read it like you just read it, Chad?
No, I'm
Oh,
just
my bad.
laughing about Bagel saying Kenzie real voice reveal.
I don't get it.
You know what you did.
She rolls her eyes and mimics my tone.
Come on now, Doctor. You're acting like a child trying to flee from a needle.
Yeah.
She grabs my arm and moves it aside. Good thing, too, if wrong, too. If my hand touched her, I would have given her the cure, even though I don't feel the disease in this one. Oh, she's so special, guy.
Ooh, she's fucking special.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bagel,
she's-
Doctor,
every-
hold still.
Every
Bagel,
single one.
Bagel clarified
that, Chad?
you doing the cat bug voice was your real voice.
It really wasn't different from my voice. I was like, how can I sound more like a baby? And that just didn't work.
Kenzie's a deep fake Bagel. We've been over this. New Jersey's not real. Mike, you're saying that to someone else from Jersey.
The next sentence makes me want to shove a cactus up someone's ass.
Oh, God. She picks up a sharp knife from the ground. Link.
That's supposed to be her.
Yeah.
Besides, my cure is most effective.
Get it? It's a flipped up. See, that is a phrase that people associate with the original Plague Doctor SCP, but she said it to him. Oh man, you are. I will
it gets
go to
even
your
better,
house
Vince.
and I will feed you a bagel.
Oh, Vince, it gets even better. I think my heart just skipped a beat.
No, see here, you misunderstand. You misunderstand me. I've come to expect that stupid uwu bullshit from this website in general. So that kills a little more my soul, but it's not something it's like, how many times do I have to put my hand on the stove before, like, after a while, it's just like, the burning pain again. Oh well, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's when people try to be clever like that, when it's not in your capacity to do so, that's the shit that irks me the most.
She makes a small incision with the knife.
Whoa, Doc. Your cloak is bleeding too.
Is she allergic to 2 O's?
Yes.
She's never
Yeah,
even had one O. But
Oh,
tis.
Oh snap? Question mark?
I don't.
Wait, is it a part of your body?
Kenzie, do you really not get that?
No, we're not going into this, please. I refuse. I will not
Just
let this
message me
stand.
because I don't get it.
I will not let this stand. Morally speaking, I find this reprehensible.
Will you shut up, Vince?
No.
It's a real problem when Vince finds
Oh, I
it
get it.
disgusting.
Thank you, Chad.
You're welcome.
Oh God.
Why is
I know
one-
Mike's going along with the joke by saying this. Kenzie, you should watch an anime called The Big O. Yeah, I know. Haha. The title sounds like a joking term for an orgasm, but no, you should seriously watch The Big O. It's a great show.
Is it a lot of sex jokes?
No.
Like
No,
a-
it's basically
Batman with Gundam.
yeah.
Oh.
Season
Okay.
2 is not as good as the first one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I really want like a action figure of the gun. Like I'm going on 30 now, and I'm talking about wanting toys. But of all the things I ever wanted, I want freaking Megaduce. It's so cool.
I think I still have.
And you're
one
talking
around
to
here.
someone who has. You're talking to someone who has made not 1 but 2 Kirby plushies for herself and plans to make more.
Well, you're a lady type person. That's fine with you. I'm a manly, masculine man from the manliness sector.
All right, well, you big, strong hunter-gatherer, you. May I continue reading?
No.
Well, I'm gonna anyway.
It's like a fucking lady type, like with a Pokemon.
Jinx, the ladylike Pokemon.
It's like fucking Nidorina and Nidorans, like the freaking like symbols and actually in your name.
It does remind me of like there's a very specific type of Pokemon that's referred to as the grow your own girlfriend type.
Excuse me?
Like pretty much where it's like, you know how like in like so many of the new gens coming out, there's like a one plant type or one grass type that looks too humanoid and is very clearly.
I think I know what you're talking about, and people in this world need to fucking get good with. You need to get God in your life. What's wrong with you people?
There are others though. Like there was it was a part of a meme, obviously, but another one was like, bro, that's just a human funny man.
Fucking, that reminds me of that Rebel Taxi quote where he says, "The only Pokemon
More
I fuck
fighter
is
types.
carnivore, like a normal person."
These people go again.
Let me
go
try
to
to find
church.
it. Actually, let me find the meme.
Go to church and ask God to forgive you.
And hold on, I'm gonna make you jealous, Vince.
Oh please. One thing you will quite enjoy from Big O is the oh, that's cool. Is that the soundtrack is fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
I want that.
Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty.
I
want
still
that
to this
suit.
day don't understand what that means. It's
No,
long and complicated. Don't bother.
yeah, honestly, like I've read an entire analysis that this guy did on the show. It's very long and complicated.
I want to talk to you talk to the freaking person who made that. Is like, wait, you actually thought that meant something? It's funny. It's one of those few like it was a genuine like cartoon in the sense that it wasn't like an adaptation of anything. They just wanted to make a show based on things he really liked.
Yeah.
Which is
All right, so
neat.
the types of Pokemon is a meme. The grow your own GF gang, which again, like I said, the way too human woman-esque grass types. That is just a human man funny bunch. Mythical fairy babies. Honey, this is just ooze. And blatant fur bait. Those are the type of Pokemon. Those are the new Pokemon types.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that the frickin' Pokemon is literally just a man with a tail and a giant handlebar mustache? It's literally just a man. It's not. You mean to tell me that thing didn't arise from nature naturally? Is that what you're trying to insinuate?
I mean, look at them.
You mean to tell me that the bunny with like literal like fucking hourglass figure, you're telling me that thing was not a result of natural selection? Yeah, please, somebody.
Yo, you sit in that awkward silence.
Somebody, please continue. I'm done. I'm
let's-
done living.
Let's keep
I
it.
nod.
Look, I don't know
not.
what human man they've seen, but I don't have a cloud down there.
I will take your word for it.
It's okay, Link. You'll get there one day.
Wait, am I missing out on something?
You'll get your cloud one day.
We're
Oh.
saying
Don't
you
I-
got pubes.
Okay.
Don't ask questions
No,
you don't want
Kenzie,
to
I'm not
answer.
that dumb.
I nod to her and grunt. After she made the incision, she used broken chopsticks that she now has for some reason to remove the bullet.
What?
Yeah, she just has broken chopsticks now. Although they were unethical, they worked. She tossed the bullet away and it clangs against something and rolls who knows where. She then takes a firm grasp of my hand and my eyes widen.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it!
Just runs the freaking chopsticks through her hand or his hand.
That
Oh,
joke,
dude.
no matter how old we get, will never get old.
So So I don't know, like, wouldn't it have been more hardcore and actually be more apropos if she just took the knife and like basically dug the knife out? Not the knife, dug the bullet out. That's how some people have to do it.
Should have used your fingers and like dug it out.
You use forceps.
We're talking about when you don't have that.
Yeah, what she really should have done is taken her fingers, spread the wound like open even more, then pulled it out with her teeth.
There's like all 4 fingers dug in there and pull it open like a fucking drink bag. Hold on, I'll get it eventually.
You just
Oh, I
suck
can't-
it out like you do with poison when your friend gets bitten by a snake.
I can't
Yeah.
see it. Like, it's too much blood. Hold on, I gotta spread it open even more. God, your weird cloak skin is like a trash bag.
Oh no, there's more blood. That's just creating more blood.
Oh,
Hold
what's
on.
it? I can't tell if this is a bullet or a bone. I'm gonna yank at it anyway.
Oh no, that was a bone. Just
Bullets
put
are-
that. Just put that back in there.
Cam
was like
says
slide up on
the chopsticks were unethical. They were the true mastermind behind Hiroshima.
I'm not... Anyway. God damn it.
All right, let's keep going.
That was my paragraphs.
Raptor.
Yeah,
Okay.
Be quiet, my dude.
Good, you need to
Insert
wake up.
of. I pulled a 49 up to my feet, and he looks at me with wide eyes. Mind you, his face was a bird mask, so I had no idea what his face looked like. But his eyes said, "What the actual hell?"
Oh my god.
You do know what his face looks like because you literally just described what it looks like. His face was a bird mask, so therefore that's what his face fucking looks like. You goofy bitch.
So, I just recently watched a horror animated short. It was
Mhm.
like on one of those horror channels on YouTube, and it's called Death and the Winemaker. And I thought it was really, really good. It's animated really well, but like throughout the whole thing, you're just wondering why the winemaker has just a massive fucking honker of a nose. And the ending reveals that like he's going around curing people of plague, and sure enough, he has the big bird-like plague mask. And I just love the implication that the reason of the plague doctor bird masks look like that is because it was just needed to suit the first plague doctors ever just massive fucking sniffer.
There was. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I'm sorry, Kenzie. Just I don't know why, but the way you said like one of the horror channels on YouTube, it's like you've aged 30 years and are like talking to like your grandkids or something. Like,
But that's what it is. Like,
so
it's
like
one of
talking
those,
to your grandkids. I watched it on one of those horror channels on the YouTube.
but that's
Don't-
what it is. It's one of those channels where it just uploads independent horror shorts. I don't remember
yeah.
the name of it.
She was just ribbing, but someone actually did like true stories at my sister's job, and she was like up in age, and you know she works like in the education system, and they were asking about like Atia, what is this? What are these creepy pasta things? I've heard about.
That was the name of the channel.
It was like really wholesome to hear someone that was like up in age like ask these kind of questions.
Alter. That's the name of the channel.
What?
The name of the channel is Alter. That's the one that where all the little independent horror shorts are uploaded to.
Good for them.
I'm probably going to forget as soon as we're done with this because my
Yeah, you're
memory is
probably
horrible.
going to, but I can
Yep,
I'm gonna
put it in the
post,
chat.
I'm gonna post Death and the Winemaker to Beanhaven because I thought it was really good.
I'm gonna dislike it. Leave a
Yeah.
bad comment.
Oh, who growled? Wait, pulled up 49 to his feet. Okay, there we go. He then grabs. That's where it is.
He then grabs my face, moving his hands from place to place, completely ignoring his bullet wound. In response, I started poking him repeatedly.
Oh my!
And SCP-682 taps a claw on the floor. He then growls and says,
What are you two even doing?
the dog seems to regain his
We're having
composure.
a moment. Sorry.
The dog seems to regain his composure, and he stops touching me, and then walks to a table
Oh,
and sits
God
down.
damn it.
Stop calling him Doc. You're not fucking Bugs Bunny.
I'm talking. No, yeah, I'm glad that's what you fixate on. You have a better mind than I do.
What?
The
Just
doc
do it.
He stops touching me. Like, ooh.
I don't want anybody else. I'm not gonna go and finish that.
Yeah, well,
Relax, I'm
yeah,
a doctor.
yeah, and honestly, just please don't sing I've already endangered this stream by humming some music from the Big O.
He then reaches down inside his cloak
Giggity.
and takes out a small bag.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Oh, thank God, I thought it was going to be his penis.
Well, he is taking out a sack. I'll go now.
Then he takes out a
Sowing needle.
That is literally how she spelled that.
Sowing. Okay, so it's something to do with a pig.
It's just a giant pig.
Or, well, you can pronounce it as sewing, but like so that just means he's literally farming on his torso. Or wherever his wound was.
Farming on the torso, that sounds... Something about that sentence resonates with me in a way I don't know how to
No,
articulate.
you see, he got a fungal infection on his chest, so now he's farming the mushrooms that are growing there.
He just has like a little
Gonna-
neat little roast. That's where I grow my carrots. That's for
Gonna-
pumpkins.
I'm gonna purge what Chad said out of my memory.
It's like he's one of those. I've been watching a lot of videos on like nuclear disasters, and like
On
one of
what?
those on nuclear disasters, like
Oh my
radiation
God.
stuff.
Don't even start.
What?
You think you're fucking cute, Chad.
Nuclear.
Fuck off. Continue your story, my good friend, Lincoln. Best friend in the stream, continue.
And Beans to stitch himself back up.
Raptor, he's only your good friend because he hates the rest of us. Wait a minute.
My
you-
friendship can be bought and sold. Do you understand me? It holds bulk, it holds value.
I'm sorry, Link, what were you saying?
Oh, one of the last ones I watched, this dude might have committed suicide via radiation, and like he lost his nipple.
What? Suicide via Why?
That is a horrible fucking thing to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, why?
That's
the fuck?
not quick and effective.
It's like someone like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna saw my head off with a butter knife.
Well, he had previously tried to kill himself by covering himself in gasoline, trying to light himself on fire, but he failed.
What?
Now.
How do you fail? How do
I
you
don't
fail
know.
at doing that?
I don't know.
It's fucked up, and I really probably shouldn't be making jokes. Just imagine like a sequence of comical events. The match falls into a storm drain. He tries to go to get it. He gets his arm stuck.
It does sound like a dark comedy bit.
Yeah.
Zoolander
oh.
moment.
I think Chad would know what I'm talking about. You remember that episode of Paranoid Agent? Have you ever seen
Oh,
Paranoid Agent?
Yeah.
With the Suicide Pack episode. It's
Yeah.
exactly that.
That episode is just pure gold, let me tell you.
Okay, no, we gotta keep going. We can't get on a tangent about Paranoia Agent now.
Why is one of the
Why not?
greatest pieces of media ever made? Let's get going.
Anyway, Linko, this is your dialogue.
Hey, for 49. What has all the
Is this part of
the
your
face
bit?
touching? What has all of the about with the face touching?
Okay, I just have to say, they keep calling him 49. I'm picturing from Scooby-Doo the minor 49er.
I was about to say that.
Yes!
No.
The minor 49er.
I know it's based on I know they're based on 49ers, aka like miners, but like I'm just picturing him. He's still in a Plague Doctor mask, but he has a tiny little football helmet.
I knew
Yeah,
you were gonna go there.
He's fucking Colin Kaepernick.
It was the worst, and also Fire 49 probably the worst freaking monster in that entire show. Where it was literally just, he is a tall man with a beard. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
like you can't just like give a spooky laugh and call yourself a ghost.
He didn't even do that. He just like growled and whatnot, right?
Yeah, it's like
I don't remember.
He was
Also,
just a tall guy, a tall old man.
Honestly,
I don't remember much of that
like,
episode.
the grunts and growls he made were a lot like the suburban Sasquatch, like. But no, I tell you the one like the spaceman with the glowing skull in his helmet that freaked me out.
God.
That was awesome. I remember even as a kid, I used to have dreams about that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that creeped me the fuck out as a kid.
Not gonna have any freaking nightmares about the man who's like, watch out, he's a head taller than me, but he's really old, so I
Yeah.
can probably outrun him.
Miner 49er also breathed fire somehow, right? Cam, I do not remember that.
I
feel like-
remembered that was a bit in the live action movie.
He like
Also-
eats a piece of coal and spits fire.
Yeah, like
I
he
w-
spits fire, and I shit you not, Scooby is able to repel it by farting.
Oh yeah.
Go back and watch old Scooby Doo, like the original like run of Scooby Doo. It was better than most people remember, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially the spaceman ghost. Oh my god, that fucking laugh.
And the hypnotist clown, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm not even afraid of clowns, and that shit, like, oh my god, traumatized me as a kid.
And the freaking witch doctor, which is very problematic in this day and age.
I don't remember
I-
much of that episode, admittedly.
I love the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, especially with the greatest, not annoying, wholly politically correct character ever, Flim Flam.
Yep, that was a thing that
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 Flim
existed.
Flam was specifically designed by the creator, and this is my theory. Like, oh, Scrappy Doo's annoying, huh? You little motherfuckers, I'll show you. I will show you.
Yeah.
I will show you. Open your eyes. Look at it.
You don't know how good you had it.
The only, like, go back
And then he
watch.
decided, all right, you learned your lesson. Let's throw in Vincent Price to kind of balance it out.
And it again, I have a controversial I take. Scrappy Doo, the only problem I think that was ever with the character was his voice.
Yeah.
Like, I think if it was actually played by like a kid actor, I think people would have probably like taken to the character more. But he does actually add something to the dynamic to some degree.
Mhm.
Like he does balance
honestly
it
don't.
out, because a lot of the time whenever there's like a Scrappy Doo episode, it is usually just Shaggy and Scooby. So theoretically, you have to have one brave person.
Also,
balance
there's
Sergeant
still
Danger.
not nearly as the most annoying character. I say worse than Flim Flam was fucking Scooby Dum.
Oh yeah.
Unquestionably, I will not have anyone. Oh, Scooby Dum. Oh, it's a mystery. Dum dum dum. I remember hating it. I had no standard as a kid. I watched any bullshit they fucking put in front of me.
Oh,
and even
yeah.
as a little kid, like, get the fuck off my screen. You're not funny. There's no
I know
joke.
who that is, but I don't remember what. Like, I know who that is, and I can picture it exactly too, because it was basically Scooby but gray and with like a cow and like a farmer's hat.
And he
Yeah.
had like buck teeth, and he was just
Yeah,
he was just
buck
a
teeth
dumber.
and, like-
He was dumb. That was
Yeah,
his
but it
own
was-
gag.
downturned
It was like,
eyes.
let's go look for clues. Clues? Dum 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 dum.
But
I
I
have a
just-
question.
And then he would
I
bring
know
out
who
magnifying
exactly who that
glass.
is, but I just don't remember like actively watching any episodes, and I'm so grateful for that.
People of the future, we are eventually going to get back to the story.
Are we though?
I have a question.
What?
What's up, homie?
What kind of parent hates their child enough to name the kid Scooby Dum?
Because they want you to know that you're second best to your cousin at all times. He's the son we wanted, and then we had you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's look at The Lion King. Mufasa and Scar are brothers. Mufasa's name in Swahili translates to king. Scar's real name, I don't remember what it is, but it translates in
Taka, I
Swahili.
think.
Yeah, it translates to garbage.
Well, we know. Yeah, it's just like, gotta know your place, little man.
I'm gonna look it up. Hang on.
Well, look, okay, you know what? It's kind of his parents had an epiphany. It's like it was kind of fucked up that we gave him that name. Instead of making it a metaphor, let's make his name more literal. And they just started approaching him, and they gave him the scar on his eye as a favor.
I'll mutilate him, honey. Yeah, Taka. I was right.
Let's give him a sick ass scar.
Honestly,
And
Kenzie,
then-
the first time you said it, I thought you said caca. And I was like, wow, that's oddly fitting.
No, Taka. And I can't. It's funny that I remember that, and I think I did because it is Swahili for trash or garbage, something like that. But at one of the branches at the bank I work at, we have a customer named Taka, which is short for Takahiro, which is obviously he's a Japanese man. But
Look at that.
now I'm not going to be able to think of. Now I'm not going to be able to see him without thinking of that.
Bagel says that, well, we've seen the parents IRL name their kid Thanos Skywalker.
Oh yeah, I
Is that-
posted
is
that
that
earlier.
real?
Yeah.
I wish nothing but hardship on the people who did that. Not the kid, because he's gonna have a fight an uphill battle all of his fucking life.
Oh
because of
yeah. But shit. I just wanted to throw out there too that it was deleted from the final movie because they thought it was too much. But there was actually a scene completely voice recorded where Scar is panicking because there's no food, lions are dying, like
I know exactly where you're going with
what
this
is it,
too.
the pack or whatever, or the pride.
The hyenas have hunted, and the
pride is like thinning out, so he's like, none of the women are young enough to have children with anymore, and like Nala comes in to like talk to him about things, and he just looks at her and goes, "Ooh, Nala, how you've grown."
Yep.
And it's this whole thing. He starts singing and like cornering her, and she's like, "Scar, what are you doing?"
A reprise. Yeah, and it's a reprise of "Be Prepared."
Yeah.
Be prepared for a stunning proposal.
Yeah.
So okay, so you can have the hyena's goose step, but you can't have the evil character. Basically, well, I don't know. Is that when I say like he proposes to her? It's not. Where he's gonna go with it.
Yeah,
But
and they
as long
do
as it's
rework. They did rework it and back into the Broadway show. It's a different song. They made a new song for it called "The Madness of King Scar." But yeah, and like it's even more like uncomfortable because like he's like leading her around and stuff, and she keeps going like, "What are you doing? Are you even listening to me?" And like she's getting so much more uncomfortable.
You just have to keep it as pretext and let people come to their own, own epiphany in that regard.
Cam says, "Be prepared for a mediocre dicking."
It's mediocre for you, very satisfying for me. I'm a party of one. I'm the target demographic. Okay, I only need to satisfy that one.
I'm the target demographic.
I'll get back to the story. Talked about sexual impropriety in The Lion King. This isn't your movie sucks, okay?
Okay, how about the fact that Timon and Pumbaa just watched Simba and Nala bone in the woods?
Hey, look. Don't king shame, all right? He said it was okay.
Hey, Timon, should we be doing this? This seems kind of sick. Shut up, Pumbaa. It's kind of hot.
I posted the deleted scene.
Shut up, Pumbaa. Get me the lotion.
Lotion, come on.
Somehow our conversations become worse than before.
How did we get here from fucking SCP garbage?
Something about a scar, having a scar.
Because the story is dog shit.
Mike, no!
What happened? I need to see this.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Oh, ew. Might
back
go
to the
to
story.
Unforgivable
Back
channel.
to the story right
He
now.
finishes and puts the stuff away and then walks back over to me with his hands tucked behind his back, and he stops in front of me and leans a bit forward.
This doesn't help with what we were just talking about.
Tad.
When my hands touch a living human, they die, and then I begin surgery to give them the cure.
I blink a few times, letting the words sink in.
You gotta kill me!
He nods his head while covering his. He doesn't have ears, but he covers the sides of his head. I get.
It was quite strange, really. Your touch felt off, Linkle. I don't know how I know your name. You have not introduced yourself to me.
Just like he just
You
like
get the name tag.
yeah. I can't help but notice that you have extra equipment down there, and well, I think we should see other people.
Why is he Irish all of a sudden?
I was going for stereotypical Italian, you monster. Before he could say anything, I hear a low. Okay, you guys pick a tense and stay in it. Before he could say anything, I hear a low moan, low humming noise. Excuse me. I frown and cuff my ears, trying to listen. 49 was about to say something, but I interrupted him.
Do you guys hear that?
They both give me a strange look, like I was crazy. Then they look at each other. I push past the doctor and head to the other side of the room to a closed door.
It's coming from this way.
I press a button on the wall and the door opens. I press a ball on the wall and the door opens, and I walk through and run down the hall, and 682 shouts after me, annoyed, while 49 was just intrigued and decided to follow.
Breathe!
Mike says, I think we should see other paisanos.
Fuck you, Luigi. That was an actual line in the show. Look it up. I'm not joking. Luigi, like, oh, you got a piece of spaghetti on your overalls. Oh, fuck you, Luigi. That was
Isn't it the
look
same
it
Mario
up.
who said,
Lou Albano
you go to
is
hell
fucking-
before you die?
Yes, it is a live action segment, and you look at his lips. He said exactly what you thought he said.
Fuck you, Luigi. Fuck you. You eat stigma male.
After running through the dark halls for a few minutes, I come to a stop at a big door that said armory.
Oh my.
Just like just there.
The door was slightly open, so I let myself in, and I'm greeted by none other than Abel. Oh, God.
Why is Abel in the armory?
He doesn't need one. He just uses a sword, right?
Yeah, he literally creates weapons out of thin air.
Unless the it might work if he's accompanying the task force as they arm themselves, and they're like, because he does work with the Institute, from what I remember, right? I mean, like to be clear, like I'm talking about the minutia and the finer details. I don't care because I hate Abel as a concept, but I'm saying like just for the sake of being consistent.
He walks over and says, Linkle, where have you been?
He's been in the stream.
I
Subscribe to
ignore
the-
him, and the minor 49er walks into the room but stops when he sees Abel, and 682 looks through the door, but he can't get in.
Oh no, he's tall! Look out!
Honestly, the noise you're making is more reminding me of the mummy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Curse! Curse!
I do remember the mummy, though, the noise he made, because I remember it was so funny. He would always be like, "Roar!"
Yeah. Yeah, look, I really can't afford that. Curse! Yeah, I know.
Oh, I meant the mummy from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, they use those groaning and like growling sounds like so often. Like there are multiple monsters that have the.
I just bought you all that rock climbing gear. What else do you want? Lessons!
Action Frank!
Action Frank?
No,
Oh,
you
you
gotta
bet-
say it with more persuasion, or else he won't believe you.
Action Frank! You better go get him that Action Frank though. No, I got a better idea. No, boxes, no, not cool.
Lobster! Surf! Turf!
I know you can tell, like listening to that, they totally base that off of Scooby Doo.
Oh, yeah.
We
Anyway,
need to just have a stream that's just dedicated to Scooby Doo, just talking about it.
yes. I would love that. Alright, the
What
box
about Velma? What about it? What's that have to do with Scooby Doo?
The box was marked evidence of D30452 upon capture.
He's nuts. I regret nothing.
Why did I laugh? God damn it! I hate myself.
Chad, I think I'm gonna need a refund.
Because I appeal to the lowest common denominator of your brain.
I'm sorry,
Well,
I do not speak of the English. No refunds.
Damn it. Gotta learn
Wait.
Italian now.
Wait, you just spoke English. I said I do not understand it. I said I did not speak. I'm just guessing what you're saying.
Bibbidi-boppity. Oh, you speak English? No, just that one sentence. In this sentence explaining it. You're joking, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Family Guy used to be consistently funny.
Yep. The box had a cheap padlock
It's
on
my
it.
turn.
Where?
Didn't Vince just read?
No, he took. Actually, now I think about it, I took over Raptor just to get this.
Yeah, he stole
train
from
running.
Raptor.
Yeah, and
I
then
think we both took over thinking like, okay, I'll be the one to just get us through the rest of it.
Exactly.
And it failed both times.
What?
immediately went back to talking about Scooby Doo.
Oh my god. We gotta finish this in like 30 minutes.
I trust Raptor. You do it. I trust you to keep this consistent.
The
Anyone
box
here?
had a cheap padlock on it, so I slammed it against the wall a few times.
Let
and the box-
Raptor continue.
I know, I'm joking. I was gonna see how long you guys would actually let me keep reading.
Okay. I'm lost.
I literally just read the first sentence.
The box had a cheap
The
padlock.
box
Right
had a
there.
cheap padlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
Yay!
there.
Okay, I understand. The box had a cheap padlock on it, so I slammed it. Don't know if you heard that, but I slammed that my computer
Awesome.
for effect.
Wicked, bro.
Against the wall a few minutes times, and the box opened and dropped my old sword onto
What?
the ground.
How
She had
big
a
was
sword?
this box?
She had a sword.
She had a katana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I wish I don't know. I really wish I didn't know that now.
It had like
something katana. Something sword can trap the souls of the victims.
Again, it would be funny if it was that like toy katana SCP that just makes people suicidally brave.
The humming was coming from it. I tossed the box aside, then picked the sword as the humming stopped.
You?
I asked, confused. Abel and the doctor walked over, and Abel says,
This is the sword you described in your story.
I nod my head. 49 walks over and tilts his head.
Oh my god, why are they doing this? This sword, my dear, where did you get it?
I look at the doctor and say,
Link.
My grandmother gave it to me. She said it was a special sword, and its name was Brooke.
I explained.
I could be watching One Piece right now.
The sword is giving me the off feeling I had earlier when I touched you.
Just take a sip of my tea. I'm not going to say a damn thing. Grow up. I didn't even say anything.
My grandfather who served in the Imperial Japanese Army.
Oh, he fought for the Japanese? No.
Keep reading, goddammit.
I pause for a moment, and I take the sword slightly out of its sheath and seeing my eyes in reflection.
What you're saying is the sword gave me immortality?
Where get what? How did you come to that conclusion?
Yeah, how?
What?
So what you're saying is I'm indestructible.
Oh,
no,
I
no,
Oh,
even
no,
the slightest breeze could indestructible.
Destructible.
the gun.
49 chuckles.
No, I highly doubt it. However, I believe the sword has bonded with you in a
What?
way, and although it may sound strange, it may have hidden abilities, because this is a fucking weeb's piece of shit that would classify you or it as a SCP, Yugi boy.
Suck a
Wow.
dick.
That's kinda.
Crazy.
The sword starts to melt, and it crawls up my arm and into my shirt. Oh my.
It's the fucking thing from Transformers 5.
I
Okay, I
lifted
didn't
up.
notice it.
I lifted up. I saw the first Transformers movie, and that was enough.
You didn't want to see the big swinging balls of Devastator, Devastator in Transformers 2?
No.
You didn't want to see Devastator's big fat scrotum?
Did he have balls in that film?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. There was a scene
Yep.
like I'm under the. I think he said like it was Devastator, and like there was like a soldier, and he was like reporting. It's like I'm underneath the creature's lower region, and it's like two wrecking balls clacking together, and the joke is supposed to eat his balls.
He said,
Oh, okay.
I'm directly
I'm sorry I asked.
I'm directly beneath the enemy's scrotum.
And it's literally just two wrecking balls clacking together, and like it's his
Yep,
nutsack.
sure was.
How would a sword
Thanks,
make
Michael Bay.
her an SCP? A very good question, DC. A very good question.
Questions that we're not going to answer, and we suggest you don't bother trying to pursue the answers to.
Okay, I lift it up slightly, and the shape of the sword changes into the
What the
Japanese
fuck are you?
word. The Japanese word for water.
So it literally changes into a kanji. Like the metal just reshapes and like turns into like this giant. Like I wouldn't even assume that that's what it was. It was just like turning into like this weird nondescript shape.
Oh, but then it stops glowing. Now I had a large blue symbol above my belly button. I now had a brand new unwanted tattoo.
Yeah, we know you have a tramp stab. You're a skank. Let's move on.
Neat. What is this exactly?
Abel leans down and looks at the symbol. There's no way I should know this, but this is Japanese for water. I look. Why does he know that?
Oh wait, they explain it in the next sentence, dummy.
Oh, God.
Next time, wait and pay attention.
I don't wanna. I look at him for a few seconds before he gets the message. Yeah, because you could just ask what you're thinking. Oh yes, I know many languages. 682 growls and says,
Oh, sorry, I gotta get the voice changer back up. I keep forgetting. It's not necessary, but I need something to keep me engaged. Wait.
Turn it around. I can't see it at this angle.
I turn around so he can see it, giggity, and then I drop my shirt.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Let's get going to the door.
Before anyone could say anything else, gas started to seep through the vents and everyone started coughing, and my knees felt weak and I fell to the ground. I heard 682 roars, but he fell down as well. Before everything went black, I hear the stomping of boots enter the room. I try to keep my eyes open, and I see men in armor with big guns and gas masks, and they were checking everything, and one comes up to me seeing that I'm still awake, so he grabs and drags me out of the room as 49 and Abel were being restrained. The next thing I knew, my head hurt and everything blacked out. We did it!
The story.
We made it!
Yay! We made it.
I don't really feel a sense of accomplishment.
I feel like 8 years have been taken off my life.
At least I can say that I've done it. That's just something.
This is
Hold
what
on.
I'm doing on a night.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of typing my critique of this in the thing.
It's over. Yes, it's over.
I feel like
I'm just like looking at my
body-
phone, like for once, hoping that I don't get a notification saying that money was sent to me.
Guys, like for real, do not.
Yeah,
If you do-
honestly, I don't think we're gonna be doing any more like character X reader stories. These just get so fucking stale.
There's only so much we can say thing bad, and then we really kind of have to reach to find jokes.
Yeah. Where was the wall fucking? We didn't actually get to that.
thank God.
and likely we never will.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, there's 27 more chapters, DC, so we really didn't get to the wall fucking.
Fuck that.
Okay, I've submitted my comment if you guys want to read it.
Yes.
I think I was very to the point when it came to what I had to say about this.
This is cool beans, bro. Shout out to my boy 49 for coming in clutch with the surgery. Also, I quite fancy 682. He is cool and exudes top tier Giga Chat energy. Buy yourself a Star Crunch, my good friend. You've earned it.
I don't think anything else needs to be said on my end.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Look, I'm just saying, like, if you can't take anything constructive from what I'm posting here, then I think at this point you're just better suited not writing anymore, honestly.
Honestly, you're a little fucking dense if you can't understand what's
Stupid.
being said there.
Just stupid.
I like Star Crunches, they are good. The problem is that they've gotten so much smaller over time.
What is Star Crunch?
It's like it's almost like a weird shaped wafer type candy, like a chocolate wafer. Hold on.
Nice.
Star Crunch. I think oh no, I did it wrong. It's Star Crunch is not one word. I misled this person. They might be going around looking for they'll go around looking for Star Crunch as one word and they'll never find it because it's a separate thing.
Vince, you have to put a reply to your comment saying like fuck, my brain is melting. I can't think.
Saying that I'm gonna do it right now.
DC says truly the
Wait.
Shakespeare of our generation.
Oh man, I can't. Oh wait, I can't reply. Okay, excuse my impertinence, friend. It seems as though I was misled. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I was mistaken in my previous comment. Star Crunch, the confectionery, is one word. The last thing I would want is to send you on a wild goose chase.
Wait, it isn't one word.
Oh, excuse me, right.
You
Maybe
almost-
I'll just make another reply correcting that too.
Yeah. This is a fucking long one.
How much time do you have on your hands, Vince?
Don't ever ask me that question again. Goose chase. For a treat you can never truly indulge in.
Love this turned out to be some person's comments into a bait about Star Crunch.
Look. Well, I don't like being a liar, okay? I'm just gonna, impertinence is too impersonal. I'm just, excuse me, friend. Okay, excuse me, friend. It seems as though I can indulge in I do hope you are able to get your hands on one.
Finn spilled his spices everywhere and now has too much time on his hands. Mike, go to pun jail.
They are delectable.
So I'm gonna pull a Kenzie and be right back.
I dare say I would rank them higher than what do I like more?
Kit Kat.
Brownie?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good. Like, I would rank them higher than cosmic brownies.
Them brownies are good.
Oh,
And
guys.
Sorry, keep going.
I just have to tell you the name of the next chapter.
We're not reading it.
A new position.
Oh my. Hubba hubba.
And the
As
first
I
sentence
feel-
is just beep beep.
Oh my R2D2. Hubba hubba.
Oh, and Vince, Dirk Cola says, use the word luscious.
No, look, again, I'm not trying to impress anyone here. I'm just trying to be as concise as possible. But I really do want this person to go out and enjoy Star Crunch. I'm not even joking about that. I'm being dead serious. You think this is a fucking game? This is my life. This is what I do for a living. Don't judge me. You see, suitably speaks to the quality of Star Crunch as a means of sustenance. How do I not know how to spell words? I rely too heavily on spell check nowadays. That's what's fucked me up.
Still have top tier Giga Chad energy.
I rank cosmic brownies very highly, as you can probably tell.
All I'm going to say is, Mike, don't.
Wonderful evening, and enjoy your candy. Or is it a candy? I guess it's a candy. Hold on, let me look that up right now.
It's like a little Debbie thing, isn't it?
It's a snack cake.
It's okay. Thank you, Raptor. Is that a real term though?
Remember when
Like, or is that like a?
made s'mores? Why'd they stop? I want to know that as well.
Yes, Vince, snack cake is a real word.
But you know, it's like some terms are kind of get invented like in a colloquial sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, do you have any snack cakes or corn-flavored chips? I'm freaking starving here, man.
Okay, there we go. I finished.
They were so good. Yes, the Little Debbie s'mores were fucking amazing.
Tasty cake. Whatever happened to Drake's? What was it? Little Drake's or something like that?
I think
It was like the one with the duck on the thing.
I think it just got pushed out of the market.
That sucks.
Cool beans, bro.
I think I saw one at Dollar General.
I will never forgive Dollar General for discontinuing Spider Energy drink and Joke Cola. They brought back Joke Cola. I actually got to like it, and then they discontinued it again.
They got you hooked and then
Yes.
stopped your cold turkey.
Yeah, see, that's how it was for me when they brought back Crystal Pepsi, because I actually liked that. And they brought it back.
I've heard from people that New Coke was actually like, they liked New Coke better. It's just that it wasn't popular.
Yeah.
Also, please read my new comment. I feel like it would be not. I don't think it would be kosher for me to like
Excuse me, friend.
indulge in it.
It seems as though I was mistaken in my previous comment. Starcrunch, the confectionery, is not one word. The last thing I would want is to send you on a wild goose chase for a treat you could never truly indulge in. I do hope that you are able to get your hands on one. They're delectable. I dare say I would rank them higher than cosmic brownies. I hope you understand the meaning behind my words, as I feel it suitably speaks to the quality of Starcrunch. I rank cosmic brownies very highly, as you can no doubt tell. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and enjoy your snack cake, should you are able to obtain one. Bless you and yours.
Hold on, I gotta make another reply to correct. Excuse me, my last sentence in here was horribly mangled and maladjusted. Oh wait, that's the wrong term too. I gotta make another thing for that.
They brought back Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, this was a few years ago, Cam. They brought it back, and then it was gone again, and I was very upset.
LA Beast's finally drunk enough of the old ones to get them to bring it back.
What does my cat want? He keeps meowing at my door.
He just wants Crystal Pepsi. He wants it very bad. There's nothing we can do about that. You're just gonna have to live with it. They discontinued it, okay?
Just like comes in carrying like a top hat and a cane, dancing. All I want is Crystal Pepsi.
I remember like Starcrunches used to be like almost the size of my palm, like the size of my fist, and then they just like started making them smaller and smaller. I hate that. And it's the same price, but they're making you like basically eat less, but they changed it the same price. That's fucked up. Unless they're like changing the recipe to make it higher quality chocolate or some shit, which I highly doubt.
It's just inflation.
And Anthony responded to Vince's comment saying, "You are a pineapple. Live long and free, brother."
What? Excuse me? Who
Strawberry
said? Wait.
lemonade Sunkist just tastes like a fruit roll-up. It does.
Oh yeah, motherfucker. Thank you for your insight, good friend.
You know what I want to be brought back?
What's that?
Coke Starlight. That shit was delicious.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I guess it's meant to be like one of those limited edition drinks, but still delicious. And none of the other like designer Cokes have lived up to it.
Vince, did you post your other comment?
I'm in the middle of it. I'm trying to think of how best to really lay into this son of a gun.
Mike says, Vince, was it the size of your fist when you were 5?
What?
Lindsay's being quiet so that nobody knows she's eating a burrito. I had a burrito for dinner.
I'm being quiet because I had a bad day at work, so I'm looking at jobs in my field, like for my degree, because I want to get out of here. And on that heavy note, I'll return to silence.
I get you. I've had days like that. Especially my last friggin' job.
You guys know what will cheer you up?
Pineapple soda.
Yeah, that will probably. But look, I was gonna say improv.
Say what?
Alright, there we go.
Improv.
Okay, here's the premise. I shoot you in the head and kill you. I win.
Okay, let me just act out real quick.
To Nova Fox 3000, thank you for your insight, good friend. Because of you, I will dedicate a small portion of my day to obtaining some pineapple soda.
And here's the twist. Here's the thing. I did not say which day. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. At some point, I will get my hands on pineapple soda. So if I don't do it today, I'm not being dishonest. I'm not being disingenuous. Now, you could perceive that as some sort of, I guess, manipulation or dishonesty on my part. And I would have to vehemently disagree. Because so long as the deal is being honored in some capacity, I am still an honest party. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone could say yes. You have to show me with your actions that you understand me.
I understand fully, sir.
Buy me some pineapple soda.
Okay.
I was gonna just take a shit in the middle of a crowded shopping center, but yeah, I can do that too.
So yeah, I do. I want to talk more about Star Crunches and how it's bullshit that they're mixed.
I have some popcorners.
Have you ever had? Cause I lived in New York City for growing up, and there was a soda that, and I think it's still around. It was like one of those like very cheap, kind of like bootleg sodas. Just, it was usually flat, and it was usually like in giant bottles, and you could get it for like I think a 1 liter would be like 50 cents at the time. And it was called Tropical Fantasy, and it was like it had like a toucan on the label. Has anyone ever had that?
I have. And I gotta say, though, I found an even more knockoff version.
Really?
Yeah. Instead of tropical whatever, instead of Hawaiian Punch, it was Tahitian Treat.
Hold on, Tropical Fantasy. Because I remember, did they call it what they called it? Do you know what they used to call them, right?
No.
Okay, I'm surprised. Okay, Tropical Fantasy, the beverage, growing up, and I heard it all the fucking time when I was a kid. There was a constant, I guess, joke and rumor that they were basically made and they could kill your sperm.
Oh my god.
And I thought it was just a stupid joke because I was in like middle school and like elementary school. But apparently it actually derived from some weird conspiracy that someone had because they were so inexpensive and like basically like I don't know if I would call where I lived a ghetto. It was ghetto adjacent, if that makes sense. Like where I lived was a decent, and then you go down 1 block down, go downhill, the projects are right there next to a fucking middle school.
Fair.
And I would see new shrines, and as a kid, I had no idea what they meant. But so it's a relatively poor neighborhood, and those kind of sodas like were constant. They were a part of like almost like the culture of the neighborhood. And I got made fun of for drinking them, but my thing is like even little kid me was like, well, I don't want kids, and I'm thirsty, so I don't care. But. So yeah, it used to be like a conspiracy theory that it was like some kind of psyop project, that it was this thing that would kill black people's sperms. It was mostly black and Hispanic people that live in my neighborhood, so they couldn't reproduce. And I didn't know, because I heard about that for years, like when I was a kid, and I didn't think anything of it. And then you go onto the fucking Wikipedia page, and there's it right there listed as a conspiracy theory, African American conspiracy theory. Like right here, like I'm looking at it right fucking now. I was like, oh my god.
Tahitian Treat. Dark Color, are you saying that just because you find the name amusing, or did you know about Tahitian Treat already?
Oh, I think they replied. As long as you do it within 10. Oh, fucker! He's got me.
Guys, I just find it amusing. Fair.
Anything for you as long as you do it within 10 days, no exception. God, that's a power play right there. He outwitted me. I can't. I can't dance him.
I thought you meant the author responded to you.
No, now I have to get pineapple soda in like 10 days.
I wonder if this author is even on this account anymore.
Probably not. And if I could become serious, Vince, for a second and actually be open about what I feel about certain things, I do make an honest effort to not dissuade people from trying to be creative, because I don't know, that's a part of yourself that I think everyone should at the very least get to indulge in every now and again, right? So anytime I read shit like this, and this is cringe and embarrassing and obnoxious as fuck, and I always say, I really hope this person is doing something of substance, instead of trying to well, I like Amine and I like the SCP. What the chocolate, peanut butter, you mash them together, and you get a fucking mess on your hands because you mash chocolate and peanut butter together, you dummy. But seriously, I really do hope, like, anytime I see shit like this, I will try to encourage people to read something of substance before, like, you're trying to dip your toe into something very specific, like writing, creative writing. You need to actually have an interest in reading as well. I think that's a step that too many young people miss. Ask this person or any other person on this website, what are your favorite books that you read recently?
You know,
And I said that plural.
Nothing online counts.
Exactly. Nothing online counts. Don't tell me about fan fiction. When's the last time you picked up something that had some level a heft to it? A book with some heft. And, like, how do you think that influenced your taste? And I can point to a handful of things that influenced my taste, like books I've read. Like, to be fair, it's been like years since I've read it's been years since I've read anything that isn't nonfiction, and which is, I don't know why that just coincidentally happened. Like, I like reading about history nowadays.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, to be fair, history is stranger than fiction sometimes.
But Vince, in regards to tropical fantasy, Dirk Cole says just count your sperm before and after you drink it.
Let me see. One. I take a sip. Oh.
I read the Epic of Gilgamesh as a joke the other week, based.
The Epic of Gilgamesh?
What kind of name is Gilgamesh anyway?
Gilgamesh and Enkidu in the city.
Well, see, in Final Fantasy V, Gilgamesh shows up as a boss fight, and that's literally the only thing. That's the source of Gilgamesh, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't look this up.
I'm gonna walk up to Gilgamesh and pronounce his name as Jojamesh and see how he acts.
He's gonna kill you.
I mean, he would try to kill you, but the joke is he's not actually very strong.
I think you keep cutting out. Hello?
Bean Daddy Mandela died.
Did I?
I go back into the chat, and the first thing I fucking see is Thanos Skywalker. That genuinely gets me heated. I hate. Oh, you know what? I can't be too angry because, at the end of the day, these people are evolutionary dead end. I don't have to worry about them ruining the future.
At the end of the day, they're evolutionarily dead.
Okay, so I applied to 4 jobs. That's enough for the evening.
All right, good luck on that, friend.
Yeah.
Thank you. So to piggyback off what you were saying, Vince, about like encouraging creative writing and then like asking about like what they've read and stuff that inspires them. But if there's one thing that I've noticed just looking around and even some of the Discord servers I'm a part of is that like, and I fall into this trap too, you and I are in the same boat on that, is that we assume that the people who write this shit, like, even though they're not good at it, they still have a passion for writing. But if there's one thing I've noticed is that some of them, no, they don't. A lot of their interest is either in just getting popular, or for some people, I don't even know what it is, but like they're just rushing to get it out. And so maybe it's just them stroking their own dick, hoping that like, oh, it's good enough, but like I don't care enough it's good enough for people to read, but I don't care enough to actually make sure it's good.
Well, I always bear that in mind. I know that's a factor in a lot of this, but I think I'm coming from the mentality where like I enjoy writing as a form of creative expression, and like it's something that I enjoy, and I want other people to be able to indulge in that same type of enjoyment that I do. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I would never bar someone from like trying to stand beside me and have fun as well.
Oh, like I get it, because like these jobs I just applied to, they've all been editor and writing positions. Like this is what I want to do with my life. But that's also why I get so offended when like someone blatantly admits like, oh, this has just been a joke. Like I don't actually care. Oh, I was just rushing to get this out. I just wanted it up, or stuff like that. It's like, then it's not good enough. This doesn't deserve to be up unless you, like, I can at least read something bad and then see like the author talk about it with like genuine like passion and excitement and be like, okay, well, you gave it your best shot and I'm not going to fault you for that, because then you have the capacity to be better. But when you openly admit you don't care, then you're not going to change. You're not going to want to grow. You're just going to be like, this is good enough.
I think it's a weird example too, because I remember like a year ago, you told me about you applied for a job at WWE as a writer or something like that?
No, I said that was my dream job because I would get laughed out of the room because I didn't meet the requirement. They were like 5 years in script writing experience or TV writing, and I'm like, I don't have that.
Then I remember, I told you that they had hired somebody who wasn't qualified and didn't watch wrestling and admitted that she knew nothing about wrestling.
Oh,
and then immediately, as soon as that information got cut out, she didn't get the job. Even though they hired her already. So they obviously wasn't an issue. But I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. If anyone watches this, you can look it up because it is thoroughly entertaining to watch. There's a gentleman called Jim Cornette who is in the world of wrestling, he's a fairly controversial figure. He is, in my personal opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, he's a creative genius. Like he was a wrestling manager. He's considered one of the best like talkers in the history of wrestling. He is like a booker, which means that he puts matches together, and a lot of his people love his booking. But he's also a gigantic asshole who takes is very, very serious. He's basically the Quentin Tarantino of wrestling, where he takes his shit very seriously to the point where do not try to argue with him about this. You know what I mean? And for years, he worked with a gentleman called Vince Russo. Now, Vince Russo is another figure, like he's a New Yorker who he also enjoyed wrestling, but he enjoyed it not necessarily on the technical side like Jim did, or the storytelling side. He liked the over-the-top extravagance. Like you remember the stupid over-the-top storylines you used to get in the 90s where it's like, oh, I'm pregnant, and this wrestler's the father, and then we're going to wrestle with the contract of custody on the pole, and then whoever gets the contract raises a child, but oh, wait, here's a twist. She's not really pregnant. She lied, and then she low-blowed the guy because it was a bet. You know what I mean? It was that kind of goofiness. That's the shit he loved. And Jim Cornette, they worked together. He tried to get along, and they thought it was just a difference of opinion. And now he violently hates Vince Russo to the point where he has said, like, if I am in the same room as you, I will attempt to end your life with my bare hands. This is an actual quote from Jim Cornette about Vince Russo. He said, he stopped eating, because he used to love Dairy Queen. He used to eat at Wendy's every day. He stopped, and he started to get in the shade because I want to outlive Vince Russo so I can shit on his grave. And he meant it. So, but that whole, and when someone said, like, why do you hate him so much? It's like, because Vince is like, why does he take this stuff so seriously, bro? It's just wrestling. He's like, it's that shit right there, motherfucker. It's just wrestling. This is my life. This is what I dedicated my entire life to. And I thought you did too, because you've been working with these motherfuckers for years, and yet you just say it's just wrestling. You're playing with their goddamn lives. And it's like, whether or not you think it's over the top, I get where Jim's coming from. Whether you have this asshole who's just saying shit like, it's just X, don't take it so seriously. We're like, when you essentially dedicate your livelihood and like you basically like dedicate yourself to honing this as a craft and this form of storytelling, it must irk the fuck out of you to see someone who comes along, bogarts their way into the same industry, and wants to be seen as a genius despite the fact that they really thumb their nose at what you do and the media that he wants to assert himself in. Like, again, like I wouldn't go so far to. Oh, sorry, go on.
So basically, everyone currently at Marvel and DC.
Yeah, more or less. Like Vince Russo shows that it's not a new phenomenon, though. I appreciate.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate him for that. Whereas, like, you can just like worm your way into a complete industry, and it's worse when it comes to professional wrestling because in Marvel you can ruin a character, but another writer at some point can come by and pick up basically rebirth the character you ruin and make it into something good again.
Yeah.
That there's always a potentiality with that. Professional wrestling, you fuck up someone's career, you fuck up their livelihood. That's a person. You have to sell that person to the public, and if you ruin their image, they almost never can recover from that. Oh fuck. No,
Very true.
But yeah, I take wrestling seriously. Believe it or not, I do.
Yeah,
well, not
like,
as much.
I admire that.
and you do raise a good point that for all we complain about, like, oh my god, Velma ruined Scooby-Doo, or oh, the current DC comics have ruined DC, the current Marvel movies have ruined Marvel. Sooner or later, someone else is going to come along and be like, all right, here's my interpretation. We're going to look at it and we're going to be like, oh shit, this is fire.
If the companies endure.
Yeah, like, we're dealing with real people like that. Because, like, in general, a lot of people know that, like, they're characters and whatnot, but they still, like, there's still all the fans who take it very seriously. And for them, that's who they are. Those aren't exaggerated caricatures of the wrestlers' real, like, actual personas. No, like, to them, that's, like, who they are.
I think that's what makes me the most frustrated is the idea that, like, again, like, you see it so many times when they, like, these people who obviously don't have the same level of passion, and they chide you for having any sort of passion whatsoever. And again, there are people in a lot of these fandoms that, like, anyone who, like, makes what they're a fan of a part of their identity, I think that's not healthy. Like, you should, like, I don't know, like, I forgot how someone phrased it. It was like from Oni Plays. It was like, don't let the work influence you if you influence the work, or something to that effect. But I think people need to try to find a healthy middle ground, because there are too many people that think they're too cool for school.
Yeah.
And they come as, like, so cynical, and so they think they're above it if they constantly acknowledge, like, the little, like, weirdness that is in the industry that they're trying to appropriate. Like,
something that's real. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm basically, like, I was gonna get Rick and Morty. Like, the first few seasons weren't like that. It actually did try to tell an earnest story, and then later on they started buying into their own hype, and then they basically think that, like, oh, we're acknowledging the quirkiness. Oh boy, good for you.
One thing that's always stuck with me for a while, and I know he's, like, pretty controversial among our friend group. I know you don't like him, Chad, and I don't love, like, all of the stuff he does. I think he's kind of pretentious, but Your Movie Sucks. When he did part 1 of his quote unquote live action Lion King review, one thing he said that stuck with me is that when it comes to acting, is that in order to do a good job, you really have to let go of your ego and to go all out. And the more I thought about it, I was like, first of all, I was like, yeah, he's right, because how many times have I gone to a drama class where the people who are there, who actively sign up to be in that class, are too worried about looking silly that they just phone it in. But, like, then I got thinking, that can apply to any job that you should be passionate about, like anything, like, such as writing. If you want to really do something that stands out and stuff, you have to just not pay attention to what you got to really think about what you want to do and what you want to see, and not think about your audience as much.
I honestly don't know who you're talking about.
Your Movie Sucks.
The dog fucker. Excuse me. He does not fuck dogs, but
No.
He doesn't have a problem with it.
That was a joke.
Oh, it's a joke now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least as far as I know.
Well, and to be fair, like,
he is a furry. He's an admitted furry.
Then don't bring him up.
I'm not defending him, but I'm saying, like, yeah, I do take his criticism to some degree a little bit serious. Like, I think he is good at what he does in that respect. Like, I can divorce the art from the artist to some degree.
No, like,
to some degree.
I acknowledge when it comes to film, he absolutely knows what he's talking about, but he has, like, I think, pretty much two modes or like two opinions. Is that when it comes to things he likes, it's either it has to be really artsy and highbrow,
What did I
or
say?
it has to be real so bad it's funny. He
I
likes
can't-
nothing in between.
There was one film that was recommended by him that I still been trying to find. I just don't. If you guys remember it,
All
it was
right,
like an animated film.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Same bean time, same bean channel.
Okay.
Good night.
Night, everyone.